Okay, so just as we've done before, we're going to start with our general measurements. Do as quickly as I can. Oh, and this one has, excuse me, a third one. So we've added an end tab, which is the same height of the overall shape. So in this case, it's going to be 3 centimeters. I'm going to draw this line in just to rough it out. However, it's not straight enough. A little straighter. However, we're not going to score it. I want to emphasize that because in this container, that's usually the most common mistake. So next, my other measurement.
Are we making all these tonight?
Yes, you are. Unless, well, you make as many as you can. And whatever you don't finish, you don't finish. But it's for your kid, so.
Yes.
Well, you can do them on your own time, if you like.
We don't have our own time anymore.
What time?
Yeah.
All right.
We should have taken like a bottle of wine.
We should have.
Hello.
Okay.
You're giving.
So now we have.
No.
Okay, so now we have our overall shape, and I'll hold it up for the people in the back, so you can see it's exactly as I've drawn on the board. Just as I've discussed, there's pieces we're going to remove, and there's some pieces we're going to keep. I like to start with the tabs we're going to keep, because then it's easier. So I'm going to draw these little tabs in. So all I'm doing is I'm just tapering these square pieces.
Does it matter how much or?
No, I don't like them too pointy personally, because it's just a little jabby, and they could let in maybe a little bit of light. But so I just want to taper it in just slightly. Then I'm going to put X's on the pieces that I'm going to not keep. Because we're using this piece only as the end tab, you don't need these pieces either. So again, don't score this. You can just block these off because we're not going to keep them. Okay, so now it's time to score. Actually, before I do that, I'll hold this up so everybody can see. Everybody's up. Cool. Hi, everybody. Okay. All right. So now we're going to score.
Final countdown. Does a callback from I remember, sort of.
Now this one I'm okay with scoring across because I'm going to be removing it anyways. Okay, so now I've done all my scoring. As I've said in the past, if you want to double check that you have scored, you can run your finger across to see, and you can gently feel the score lines underneath. Okay, so now to trim. I'm going to trim this way first, just because I want to make sure I keep this piece. Actually, I'll cut my end tabs. That helps, so I don't accidentally cut them off. So these I tend to freehand. I mean, if you really want to use a ruler, you could. I just find it's easier. And it's okay if you don't cut exactly where you've drawn, as long as you have a good idea. So again, these are just slightly tapered. Just don't make them too pointy. If you don't trim, it just gets a little challenging to fold it up when you're finished. Okay, so now I've done these tabs. So you can see they sort of pop out. Now to start cutting. And as I said, if you want, you can cut each piece individually so you don't accidentally cut too much, but I've done this a couple of times, so I'm just going to go and cut them all at the same time. See, this is why it's good to watch this one, just because it is a little bit more complex.
Looks like a spaceship.
Now we've done all of our pieces, and we end up with the end tab in the end. Okay, so like we've done before, I'm going to take our bone folder and go over all of our folds just to make sure we have nice clean folds and they fold nicely and evenly. So move this around all over the place. So as I've said in other videos, but in case you're just watching now, that these are really terrific for all sorts of things. And I really like this type for albums, but I would use a fatter board, like 2 mil, not the 1 mil. I mean, it's okay. It just, if you have a larger object or larger objects together, then you want a stronger board.
So how big would the thing be that you put in there, like the width? Would it be 3 centimeters or would it be 2 centimeters or 2.5?
Because you're making this custom, you're making it exactly for the object.
So it'd be
maybe a couple, at the most, half a centimeter smaller.
Okay.
But any more than that, you'll start getting wiggle. So you're making a custom wrap for what you're doing. So, but again, it all depends. So, okay. So now we have this piece. So we want to work on our end tab. And again, as I've said, this is not scored. So in this case, these two sides will fold together, and you can see how the tabs work. They provide a bit more structure, but they help hide your corners. Then this piece will come up, and this piece wraps around. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to keep this all tight together. Okay? Hold it closed, and take a pencil and draw a line where these pieces meet. So you can see right away that this line is a few millimeters away from the original pencil line, which is why we don't score. It just will make a weird fold otherwise. Okay, so this is where our tab is going to be, and just like before, we're going to draw our tab in from this line. You can cut all the way if you want. You can cut a little bit further. I will cut all the way at the end. So we'll just cut down, and we're gonna X these out, and we're gonna score on our new line. Actually, what I will do is I lied. I'm gonna just draw a line here. I mean, I can draw it first, but I know I'm gonna cut it. So I'll just cut from here. I mean, you can erase this after. Bothers you. You can always erase the lines on the inside if they bother you. The other thing I had said before is if you're doing a very particular dimension, you can write your orientation on the inside.
And always use stencil, right? Like we should have used.
Absolutely, yeah. There's no need. I mean, if a lot of times, if you use pen, you're going to cut a lot of things away. But also, if you make mistakes, it's just easier to have pencil. Okay. So now I've put the orientation in, so I desire. Okay. So we're almost there. So I'm going to do my bottom, top, left side, right side. Now we have this piece we've done. So we're closing it up again, and I'm going to put 2 little dots on the edge where this meets. Okay? Got it? We're going to open it up, and this is going to be on the fold. Don't put it on the top. It's going to actually go in the fold of the board.
So like right where it's scored?
Yep. Okay, nice deep cut. Last but not least, take it. Oh, oops. Helps if you score. Now we score. All my reinforcing for don't score. Now you score. Okay. You want to have a nice clean edge. So you can pinch this to get your hole to open. You start with the corner, put this in, and voila, it stays closed.
So sad.
I know.